Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Still not sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Maybe one day. Good afternoon. Today is 20th of March and this is part 12 of a Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2023 Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show here at the NEC in Birmingham. I do apologise if I fall over, if I get things wrong, which has happened an awful lot over the 2 days I've been filming so far. If I get interrupted by announcements or music, I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. So we'll start off here on the Armstrong Siddeley Owners Club stand. I think this is a Star Sapphire from memory. The model designations of the Armstrong Siddeley I've always found a little bit confusing. Company, of course, doesn't exist anymore. They disappeared in, I think it was 1960 was the last one of these made. It's a shame because they made lovely, big, attractive luxury cars. I think they were Coventry. This is a 39, Armstrong Siddeley 16 coach saloon. I wonder if we can actually smell some wooden leather if we go inside this one here. Oh yes, absolutely. It's funny that the seats are brown on camera, are actually red. It's always the way with filming, isn't it? Okay, let's look at here. Ooh. Yeah, Star Sapphire. Doesn't say which year this one is. They only made them from 58 to 60, so somewhere between there, I think. Wow. Sort of reminds me of the Daimlers of the time as well. Of course, they had a buy for the company in 1960, whereas Armstrong Siddeley presumably didn't. Some work going on in the engine of this one. Yeah, lovely. So over here on the Fiat Motor Club GB stand, we have some 127s. In fact, we've got two of them. This one is a 127 1050L. This one would date from something like 78, 79. The 127 that I filmed isn't actually here, although its owner is. It was on Second-Hand Classics last year on my channel. This 127 Sport, I think it would be familiar. I believe this is the same one that was being filmed by Ian Seabrook from the Hubnut channel, and in fact that sticker in the back pretty much confirms what it is. The 127 Sport was a bit more powerful than the standard 1050 models, and yeah, a little different front end as well. Ooh, Uno Turbo IE, 40 and fabulous. This doesn't refer to this car. This car is 8990 on a G, and this is the facelifted Uno. I think it actually would be a 90 because that was, I think, the year the facelift came in. But obviously the Turbo IE would have come out in 1983, probably about the same time as the Uno itself. I think that was the first year for them, was 83. But very rare cars now. They suffered very from rot, of course, and blown head gaskets and all sorts of things like that. And we've got two cars that I've filmed on my channel actually side by side here. Mr. Bushby is over there. He owns this very early Punto. It's a 94 Punto 85. So 75 ELX. He also has not an 85. This is a 75. And this appeared on No Budget Reviews October last year, which you seem to enjoy. Amazingly, the car is actually pretty solid. A lot of these were not, and the sort of floors rusted and all sorts of things like that. But we've also got here another Fiat, also with a fire engine, that I filmed more recently, belonged to Mr. Richardson Furious Driving. I don't think Mr. Richardson's actually here today, but his car is this 2007 Fiat Idea 1.4 Eleganza, which lots of you have been very fond of actually seeing on the channel. And this was I think a last addition to the stand. It is interesting. I think he's actually already sold this on, so this will be the last appearance in public of it, I think, for a while. Also got a Mark II Panda 4x4 here. A viewer yesterday commented on a video that I made saying that the Mark II Panda 4x4s were only sold in this country until 1991. Well, this is a little bit earlier than that. This is 1890. Sorry, it's 8889 on F. A little friend in there. And yes, Save the Panda. Yeah, there's not many of these around in this country anymore. That's rather nice views. In fact, the whole sort of selection of cars I've got on the stand this time is very good. So more Italian stuff here on the Alfa Romeo Owners Club stand. We've got a Spider here. I think this is a sort of very late one with these mirrors. This is the last type they actually imported over here. I think these last was about 1994 from memory. So this will be, I think, a 1990 car on a G. Ooh, the 105 series coupe. We've seen a number of 105 series coupes actually at the show so far, but this one looks pretty special. I love this colour. I don't know what specification this one is. It's a GT Junior, okay, but one I drove in 2019 was a GT Junior as well. It was a 1300, but that had been re-engined. That had a 2 litre in it. I don't know which one this one is, so maybe somebody in the comment section below can tell me what engine actually that one is. And then we've got 2000 Berliner here. Second one of these I've actually seen at the show. I like this colour, that is quite nice. Some of these actually had fuel injection, but this might have carbs on it. If it's an injection, it will actually probably say in the back. No, it doesn't. It's just a 2000. It's a left-hand drive, but then again, you know, right-hand drive ones are very rare. Right, let's go on to the Lancaster Insurance stand very briefly. A little meeting there of some description. Oh wow, yes, we can't possibly miss this out. This is stuff from My Driver Classics. Morris Minor. Can't remember if this is a 67 or a 68, but she's had this for years. It's just been restored and she's obviously very excited about it, which I can understand. Or you can win this Austin Heath Sprite, which is not a midget, it's a Sprite. Wow, it's one of the very, very last ones. I can't remember now whether this will just be badged Austin Sprite. I think the year after this they'll just be Austin Sprite and then they discontinued them entirely. Yeah, it's a Mark IV. It'd be similar to the Mark III midgets, which means it might not have the sort of synchro first gear and things like that, but it's a square arch one. And then we've got this Mark II Scirocco. Now that's very nice, isn't it, viewers? We do like this sort of... it's a... yeah, 89 to 90. It's got a carb on it, so it's not the sort of fastest one, but that looks very nice indeed. And speaking of Lancaster Insurance, here is the Pride of Ownership stand. Starting with this 1996 Mazda MX-5 NA Glen Eagles edition. I do like this. The paint looks either green or blue in different lights. It's looking very blue on my camera, but of course it has a beige leather interior with wood and some tartan. That's most agreeable, isn't it, viewers? We like that. I think can vote for your favourite. I don't know which one to vote for. SW20 MR2 here. I think this is one of the later ones, judging by the rear end, although I could be totally wrong. There are so many revisions of these. That's a 93, okay, so it's not a late one at all. I knew I was going to be wrong, and I was. Let's move on then, before anybody finds me out with my lack of knowledge. 1965 Mercedes-Benz 220 SEB. Now that's very nice, isn't it? That's really beautiful. Oh, smell the wood and leather. Then Pagoda SL here, 280 SL Auto. Surprisingly not to actually seen more reviews at the show, but normally tons of Pagodas at shows. Only 69. Are those the same colour? Very similar, aren't they? 1998 Mini Cooper. Ooh, and a beige leather interior wood. There's plenty of those around today, viewers. You have the 1977 Ford Escort Mark II Sport. Sort of a kind of a little bit down from the RS 2000, things like that, but still very nice. It's a 1.6 in these. Oh no, it's a 1300. Gosh, it's even less. I think those are 1.1 available in those too. Mark II Golf GTI post facelift. It's an 83. It's not a campaign, I don't think. A very late one. And an Austin A90 Atlantic. It's a 1950. Ooh, yes, please, viewers. It has got a beige leather interior, but there's no wood in here, and it's got an umbrella handbrake as well. E28 BMW 525E. Oh yes, this is the one with the crazy fuel economy, and the engine that's the sort of slowest revving thing sort of ever, really. They were quite expensive, these. Yeah, that's rather nice. Wow. It's unrestored, I think. That's very, very nice. And a Racing Puma 2000. (1966) Volvo 1800S, I think, or P800S. I can't remember. I got rid of the P, but that is it's very nice, isn't it? Porsche 944, 1989. Yeah, well, that is Guards Red, I think this colour is. Yeah, it's very nice. Mercedes 190E. It's a Cosworth, won't it? It's a 2.3 16 valve. The 190E that I drove in 2021 was a bit slower than this. Yeah, 2.3 16 valve Cosworth. Ford Capri, of course. Ford Capri Cabaret. We've also seen a Calypso in the barn find section. This one's a Cabaret. So many special editions here. So many special editions. So yeah, it's August 83. Oh dear. It was crashed, but now it's been restored. Excellent. And we've got a Mark 1 GTI here, but the pre-facelift actually with those rear lights. This one's been modified a bit. Oh, yes. Oh, Toyota Paseo. I've actually driven one of these, viewers. I drove one on No Budget Reviews about a year ago. I think it's about the same age, about 97. They actually drive quite nicely. They're not sporty particularly to drive, not like a sort of EG Honda Civic Coupe, but they are pretty nice. They're very comfortable. Yeah, I really enjoy driving that Paseo. Sort of considered buying one myself. 1981 MGB LE Roadster with the original seats, and actually it's got rubber bumpers on it. Someone's not taking them off. We've got the stripy seats. I think those are the right wheels. Absolutely fantastic. Look at this 1983 Metro HLE. Now the reason this has got wheels that look like they're off the sort of later MG Metros, because it's virtually impossible to actually get tyres for the original steel wheels for these early Metros. It's actually impossible. That's why it's got these alloy wheels on it from the later MGs, because you can still buy tyres for these. Wow. New Mill Garage in New Milton. Yeah, it's not too far from where I live. That's pretty good. I mean, it's probably better than when it came out of the factory in 1983, to be honest with you. I've driven an 83 Metro, also bizarrely with this area suffix RU. It's an 83 Vanden Plas, and that's kind of similar to this. It's not. That's actually a little bit nicer than an HLE, but this will have the economy gearing in it and things. Yeah, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that. And then we've got a Mark 1 Capri GXL with appropriate number plate, and someone's put a cream leather interior in it. It's almost beige but not quite. Very nice. I wonder what year exactly was this. So yeah, 3 litre Essex 73, so this will be the facelifted one. So 3.1 litres, it's been bored out slightly. And then an Audi Or Quattro. These finished production about 1992, so relatively late for one of these. It's an 89. Amazing. So Morris Minor here. Lots of Morris Minors, more Morris Minors than you could ever imagine. So late Minor 1000 there, 6768 Traveller, not sure what that one is. So latest steering wheel, so one of the later ones, Series 5 they call them. 948 Series Morris Minor 1057, it's similar to one my mother had actually. His first car was a 58, one of those. Random Minor, interesting. We've got some Wolsleys, of course, related companies back in the day. Wolseley 1248 Series 3. I love this colour, that's absolutely beautiful. It's immediately post or pre-war. Wolseley 1500. It smells good. 1962. That looks really good. Apparently this car was in daily use until quite recently. That looks really nice. It's a Mark III. What do we have here? Something pre-war. There's that minor van or O-type or 600, 800, 100 weight. They were called back in the day, but most people just call them minor vans now. I don't know what that is. Oh, let's see here. 1934 Wolseley 16 horsepower saloon. And then we got some more minors with minor LCVs. It's the same with vans, we're called different things. They're just normally called minors now. There was an Austin version made as well, which is this one. There you go, Austin 800 weight pickup, which is the actual name it was marketed under. When the Austin A35 vans finished in 1968, they actually started making these, a rebadged version of the minor, presumably to sort of save costs and things. All you need to do is put some badges on them. And back in the day as well, there were separate dealerships for Austin and Morris. So this is a 600 weight Austin pickup, built at Adderley Park, so very late one. I think these finished around 71. And this, I don't know, I'm not going to front end of this one. One thing that's good though, you can kind of see with this one that Isagonis, who designed a Morris Minor, originally wanted a flathead engine in it, and these little holes were for the flathead, but they never used them because they never put an engine in them. They just used the old engine out of the Morris 8 originally. 955 quarter-ton van, Series 2 with the, this would have been an 803 cc engine originally. It's got a 1098 in it now from a Sprite, so it's a bit more power. Very sort of 50s looking one, isn't it? And then we've got another one here, which yeah, 65. And we've got the latest steering wheel, which came in October 64 in this one. And there we go. One thing I forgot to do yesterday, but I'm going to remedy today, is look at the Marina owner's stand. This isn't a Marina, this is actually an Ital. It's owned by Sarah Crabtree, because I've seen this at many, many shows before. I can never remember whether this is an 80 or an 81. And we've got another Ital here as well, which that looks beautiful, isn't it? I can't remember the name of this colour. It's citron yellow. That's amazing. And then we have got a Marina here, which is one of the Crayfords, isn't it? It wasn't one of the Crayfords. Sorry, Mumford. I do apologise. Mumford convertibles. They're pretty rare. There's not many of them left. Fantastic. More Riley's viewers, more RMs, hopefully some information sheets. Not really, just general information about them. We want specifics. But this very kindly has got a replica tax disc in there from 46, so effective 46 RMA, possibly. This one's actually got not just the bonnet open, it's got the side windows open. Let's have a look inside. Smell some leather and wood. Ooh, wow, that must have just been done. Oh, that's nice. That's pretty good, viewers. Like that. Smiley, the RM convertible from 1948. I think, viewers, we've got a beige leather interior with wood. Yes, we do. I do like a nice beige leather interior with wood, viewers. That's most agreeable. Yes, very, very nice. Over on the XJS club stand, we've got this XJS TWR Coupe with a 5.3 V12 in it. Excellent. This is a very, very rare car. And we've got a little friend in here who's having a nice time in the beige leather interior. And with wood, of course, yes. Standard XJS, lots and lots of wood and beige leather. So the conversion was as much as the car. And yes, he's got an even bigger friend. He's actually got a lead on. As he he's dangerous, not properly tied in there. Maybe he could escape. Yes, more beige leather, more words, more excitement. And this would be a very late one, actually. It's 1995, straight 6. It's for the Celebration, which was the last models sold. Personal plate. Wonderful. I want one. Thank you. Right. Yeah, this is the sort of earlier type of XJS convertible. A bit like the sort of E21 BMW 3 Series Bauer. This is a 3.6. These were available as a manual, but most of them were automatic. What's another manual? Gosh, it's rare. And then we've got this 1976 Jaguar XJS. It's very similar to the one that would have been driven by Patrick McNee in the New Avengers in Canada. That was a federal spec one as well. What's this doing over here? Yeah, it's built in June 76. They started in 75, so it's a very early one. Probably the same colour as the one used by Gareth Hunt, which was used in this country. More Jaguar goodness, Series 1 XJ here. I'm not sure if that's a leather interior, but it's certainly beige and it's got wood in it. It's a manual as well, manual overdrive. I wonder if this is just kind of like a 2.8 or something like that. Yeah, it's a 2.8. Marvellous. It's another one of these at the auction that we filmed yesterday. X300 here, and yes, a beige leather interior with wood. How did I know, viewers? I do like a nice beige leather interior. 95-96 X300 Sovereign. I have driven an X300 like this, also with a nice leather interior, on Sensible Second-Hand Classics of a channel back in 2021. That was very nice. It wasn't quite as nice as this one, but it was nice. Ooh, and 1964 Jaguar E-Type Series 1 4.2 Roadster. I bet that's worth a bit of money, viewers. Better be careful not to get too close to it in case I damage anything. There we go. East Stratton Survivor. That is, it's going to be a lot of money. What? 200,000, 300,000, something like that. Then we've got another Series 1 XJ here. It's actually a really late Series 1 because it has a V12 in it. They only put these in 72 for just 1 year before the Series 3 came out. So it's a Series 2. We apologise. Series 1 XJ12. Yeah, it's very, very nice, viewers. I'm so tempted to open the door and have a look, but at the auction house that's fine, but round here that's not so good. And then it's one of these immediately post-war Jaguars. They started with the Mark IVs and then they went to the Mark Vs. There we go. There's a bit of information about them here. There's all the information. It's amazing that something like this actually still survives. They're so rare. And we've got an XK here that's been quite modified actually. It's got sort of a different rear end and things. It's still got a beige leather interior. Oh, yes. Yes, it does. And that I'm very happy about. Oh, I can buy it. It's for sale. Mr. Bill says, from the Fuel Power channel, this could be yours. Wonderful. So we got some Reliant Scimitars here. It's actually a Middlebridge Senator. This will be from 1989. Yeah, after Reliant stopped building the cars, I think there was one revival after 76, lasted until about 86. This is the second revival, I think. And we have an SE4 here, registered in 1967. We said the Essex 3 litre V6 by this stage. We've got an earlier Scimitar from that Middlebridge one here. Oh yes, the Booze Bus from 1970. Developed for sprinting and hill climbing. Perspex window or something like that. Excellent. Let's just have a look at this Mercedes-Benz Club stand before we finish this part. So, 1988, Mercedes-Benz C126 560 SEC, so very expensive car when they were new. This one's had some modification. Those wheels are not original, so the rear lenses. By Lawrence, I've not heard of them. And then we have an S210 E-Class E55 AMG. This will be quick, won't it, viewers? It's a 1998. Yeah, W210 or S210 for the estate. Ooh, it's avant-garde trim as well. with the AMG sort of front spoiler on them. Then we've got this beautiful car here. Is this perhaps relating to something else, or we'll look at the information sheet over here. Yeah, W108 280 SE 4.5. Why can't we just call it the 450 SE? Strange. Anyway, this will have some kind of airlift suspension on it. Imported from America. I thought that was Churchill. It's not. It's a Dachshund. And then, ooh, an S124. I've actually just filmed a C124 for Sensible Secondhand Classics viewers. I know Ian Seabrooks just had one on his channel as well. Before you start typing in the comment section below. But yeah, very nice. 300 TE classic Mercedes-Benz estate. It's very nice. I would prefer some leather interior goodness, but that was all an option and things like that. Yeah, I remember these just going on forever. This had only one that really came close to that was the Volvo 240 or 740 or 940, which were all sold about the same time as that, all for sale in this country in 1992. 1988 Mercedes-Benz R107 500 SL. This is quite a late one. They finished, I think, in 89. Got sort of part beige leather interior here, viewers, but not full, which is a bit of a shame, but there we go. Anyway, thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching part number 12 of the Slightly Shambolic Shuffle around the 2023 Practical Classics Classic Car Restoration Show here at the NEC. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and we shall see you again soon for more incorrect information.